One look from her turned men to stone forever. He had to kill her without ever seeing her eyes.
Medusa, the monster he was sent to kill. But she was never the villain of this story.
A cruel king sent him on this quest, hoping Perseus would never return alive from it.
Only the gods themselves gave him any real chance of survival.
Even then, it should have been impossible.
King Polydectes wanted Perseus's mother for himself. The son was simply in the way.
The king devised a trap. He announced a feast requiring an impossible gift from every guest. Young and prideful, Perseus boasted he would bring the head of Medusa herself. The king smiled coldly. He had just promised to do the impossible. No mortal had ever looked at Medusa and lived.
Desperate and alone, he prayed to the gods for help. Two of them actually answered,
Please,
"Save my people."
stand up, son of Zeus. You are not alone.
Athena and Hermes appeared together, offering the gifts that would make his impossible task possible.
Athena gave him a mirrored bronze shield, the key to defeating Medusa. Without ever looking at her directly,
Hermes gave him winged sandals that could carry him faster than any bird across the sky.
He still needed to find the Graeae, 3 ancient sisters who shared a single eye between them.
Perseus cleverly stole their shared eye mid-pass, forcing them to reveal where the Gorgons lived.
He also received a magical pouch and Hades's helmet of invisibility from helpful nymphs. Fully equipped, Perseus flew across the world toward the edge of existence, where the Gorgons lived.
Medusa had 2 immortal sisters, Stheno and Euryale, even more monstrous and dangerous than her. Wearing the helmet of invisibility, Perseus slipped silently past them into the cave beyond. Deep inside, surrounded by stone statues of the dead, he finally found what he had been sent to kill.
But what Perseus found sleeping there was not the monster he expected to see at all. Perseus remembered her story, a priestess once punished cruelly for a crime that was never her fault.
But her sisters could wake at any moment. He had no choice but to act, using only his shield's reflection.
From her blood, a winged horse named Pegasus was born, instantly. A final gift from her tragic life. Her sisters woke, screaming in fury. Perseus fled instantly, invisible, clutching his impossible prize.
He carried Medusa's head in the magical pouch, still dangerous, still able to turn men to stone.
Flying home across the world, Perseus passed over kingdom after kingdom, exhausted but triumphant.
He spotted a chained princess about to be sacrificed to a sea monster and immediately dove to help.
He used the very weapon he was trying to avoid, showing the sea monster Medusa's head directly.
The monster turned to stone instantly. Medusa's curse, even in death, had just saved an innocent life.
Andromeda's grateful family welcomed him, and he fell instantly in love with the princess he saved. They married soon after.
An unexpected love story, born from an impossible, terrifying quest. With his quest complete, Perseus finally returned home to confront the king who sent him to die. King Polydectes laughed. He was certain Perseus had failed and died somewhere on his impossible quest. Perseus walked in holding his impossible prize. The entire royal court fell into stunned silence. Furious, the king demanded proof. Perseus gave him exactly what he asked for, one final look.
King Polydectes turned to solid stone instantly, his own cruelty finally, permanently punished.
The relieved kingdom celebrated. Perseus's mother was finally, truly safe from the cruel king forever.
Perseus returned all his borrowed divine gifts. The sandals, the helmet, the shield, the pouch.
He gave Medusa's head to Athena, who mounted it permanently onto her own sacred shield, forever.
Medusa's face became the Aegis, Athena's shield, forever protecting the goddess of wisdom herself. In death, Medusa became more powerful and more honored than she had ever been while cursed and alive.
But an old prophecy still followed Perseus, one his own grandfather had desperately tried to prevent.
Years before his birth, an oracle had warned King Acrisius his own grandson would one day kill him. Terrified, Acrisius locked his own daughter away, trying desperately to prevent her from ever having children.
Zeus found her anyway. Perseus was born despite every precaution the frightened king had taken. Acrisius set both mother and infant adrift at sea in a wooden chest, hoping the ocean would finish it. They survived, washing ashore on a distant island, where a kind fisherman raised Perseus as his own. Years later, Perseus attended athletic games, having no idea his own grandfather watched from the crowd. During competition, a discus veered wildly off course. Nobody in that crowd expected what happened next. The discus struck his own grandfather, King Acrisius, by pure and terrible accident. The prophecy fulfilled itself. Perseus never knew that man was his grandfather until it was already far too late to change anything. No sword, no shield, no divine gift could have prevented what fate had decided long before his birth. Perseus's story is really two intertwined stories: a hero's impossible quest and fate's inescapable plan. He is often called the first true Greek superhero. Divine parentage, impossible quest, tragic irony. His story established the entire template. Later heroes would follow: Hercules, Theseus, and beyond. His constellation still hangs in the night sky today, beside Andromeda, Pegasus, and Cassiopeia. Even today, a meteor shower each August is named the Perseids, falling stars named for this very hero.
Modern retellings often frame Medusa as the true victim, and Perseus's story as more complicated than heroic.
Perseus himself seemed to understand this. He never boasted about killing her, only about saving Andromeda. He went on to found the city of Mycenae, one of the most powerful kingdoms in all of ancient Greece.
He and Andromeda ruled together for decades, their descendants becoming legendary heroes themselves. One of his descendants would be Hercules himself, connecting these two legendary heroes by blood.
His true lesson was never about killing a monster. It was about choosing mercy, even under impossible pressure. He never once looked directly at the thing he feared. He faced it through reflection, through wisdom instead.
Perhaps that is the real reason his story survived nearly 3,000 years. The wisdom, not the sword. Two tragic figures, one impossible quest, and a shield that turned both their stories into something eternal. If you have watched our Medusa video, you now know both halves of this tragic, unforgettable story. This was Perseus, the hero who killed a monster and discovered she was never truly the monster at all.
Pyratheon has now told both sides of one of Greek mythology's most tragic and complex stories.
Next on Pyratheon, a new myth, a new civilization, waiting to be discovered.
Subscribe to Pyratheon. New myth every Tuesday and Friday. The divine fire never stops burning. A hero forced into an impossible choice. A monster who was never truly a monster. Both remembered forever. Wisdom over brute force. Mercy under pressure. That was Perseus's true legend.
Pyratheon exists to find these hidden stories and to tell them the way they were always meant. The divine fire keeps burning. Every Tuesday, every Friday, Pyratheon.